Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Slice of Gaming podcast for April 26, 2025. I am your host, The Uncharted Wolf, and I am joined today by a very esteemed panel. I'm joined by Bench.
Hello, Switch 2 is coming my way.
And I'm also joined by Bob.
A Switch 2 is also coming my way.
And I also got a Switch 2 coming my way, so we're the Switch 2 pre-order gang, excluding Moon. He wasn't able to join, but we got a pretty stacked crew tonight. Lots of reviews. This is a very big, in the world of gaming, this is a week where a lot of games came out, surprisingly. A lot of stuff happening in that front. News-wise, actually pretty quiet, but I'm actually pretty glad because it just gives me more time to play video games, so that's exciting. If you guys want to find us, we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever your favorite podcast platform. We're going to be on there as well. Like the podcast on YouTube. It really helps us out. And also follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at A Slice of Gaming. Anyways, let's get right into not the news, but I want to talk about the pre-orders. The Switch 2 pre-orders, they went up on 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Technically, if it's 12 a.m., it would have been yesterday, but technically it was very much Wednesday. We all got our multiple tabs open, set up everything. Let me tell you, it was a fucking nightmare of a night for a lot of people. Not me, though. I got mine in 3 minutes, which is insanity. I don't know how I did it. I think it's karma, because it took me 3 months to get a PS5. So God was like, okay, I'll give you the Switch 2 immediately. So went well for me there, and I also was able to get a second one off Best Buy. But you two were sticking with Best Buy. Bench specifically, you were sticking with Best Buy no matter what.
Best Buy, ride or die, or I would have gone to GameStop in the morning. But Best Buy didn't go live randomly for like 30 minutes after. Yeah, they lied to us all.
It was a funny thing of every website had their own thing, because GameStop didn't go up until the morning after. So it was Walmart, Target, Best Buy. Walmart put you in this infinite line. Target, the website just didn't work. It just did not work. I don't know if you guys saw, a lot of people got cancellation emails. I mean, Moon got a cancellation email because he got one off Target, and then it canceled it like 10 minutes after that. Thankfully, mine didn't get canceled. And then
Target as well.
Target was chaos.
They're not getting day one orders. You're looking like maybe a week later.
Well, that's the thing.
Well, that's what they say. I mean, we're not sure.
Yeah, that's a weird one where it's like it says like June 6th to June 11th right now. It's a little weird. Though. But yeah, I don't know. It's a strange thing. I don't know what's going on with Target. I assume like something's going on in their back end. They probably situate it by the time it comes out. And then Best Buy just didn't go live, like you said, Veg. It took 30 minutes for the Best Buy website to go live. What do you guys think happened there with the Best Buy? Do you think just they were so flooded to the point where like kind of just the system wouldn't let them put it to have the pre-orders live?
My tinfoil hat is that they purposefully set a time and did a later time to try and get some stragglers to maybe not commit, so maybe the traffic wasn't as bad, because once you were in a Best Buy line, like, I know it sold out like 2 hours after it opened, but if you were in the line, it was a long wait. But I mean, most people got a Switch too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was smart because we've seen in the past I guess the path of least resistance are the random times. We'd always see it with like the PS Direct, or even going back to like the SNES classics, just random drops, man. Right? Like you would have your best luck if you were paying attention and there wasn't a 2-week runtime of, hey, on this date at this time it's going to go off. And so I think, yeah, kind of like what Bench said, I think they knew everyone is going to try and refresh that page at midnight and their website is going to break. So instead, like push it back a little bit so you don't have as many people like constantly pinging and refreshing it, probably because they're on Target or Walmart's website trying to order it there. And then you can just like, drop it after a certain amount of time, set up your line, make sure everything's good to go, and then have a pretty seamless process. Because out of those three, I think Best Buy had the least issues as far as once the page was up, obviously, but I think the only thing I heard was a few people got kicked out of the queue randomly. But Wolf, as you pointed out, to me, when we were all doing it, maybe they realized you had multiple tabs open and it kind
Yes,
of
that's a
like
big thing.
messed everything up, because that actually messed me up at Walmart. I got kicked out of line after my failed attempt. I got kicked out of line because I was trying to do it on the app. I was trying to do it on a different browser. And it's like, no, you can only be logged into one thing, buddy. So pick a lane. And so I kind of got screwed there.
Yeah,
And-
it's one of those things. I feel like we were sitting in that Best Buy queue for a while. Especially the Walmart one, man. I feel like it was very much random whether you were gonna get through or not. That's how Moon got his. I think he got Walmart, and like
Yes,
it was
right
just like
after I
randomly.
didn't.
Yeah,
Because so what happened, to kind of explain Walmart a little bit more, like you said, there was a line, but they didn't give you any information. So like if you guys ever use the PS Direct queue, they're like, all right, these many people are in front of you. Here's a little progress bar to see where you are in the line. All this information, right? Walmart was like, okay, you're in line, and then if you click on it, it's like, do you want to get out of line? No, okay, shut up and stay in line. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
sure, fine. And then for whatever reason, I was up. I was next in line. I go to the buy page, and I see the 10-minute countdown, kind of like Ticketmaster. It's like, all right, you have 10 minutes to purchase this. And I
Yeah.
click add to cart, and they're like, oopsies, technical difficulties. We can't add it to the cart. So I sat there and clicked that button for 10 straight minutes and watched the clock slowly tick down to 0. And I was like, this is torture. This is actually torture. I am sitting on the buy page and it won't let me do it. And then the time expires and the page refreshes and I'm out. So I was just like, oh my God.
was it
That
like
was
the buy now page specifically?
it was like the I don't know if it was, it said add to cart, but it was the product page. Like, and
Okay, the
instead of
product
having
page.
pre-order, it was like, no, you can add to cart. And like I didn't even make it to checkout. Like it physically would not let me add to the cart. Like I was refreshing, I was using different browsers, I was trying to use the app. Everything was just broken. And it was just like, yeah, I just can't add to the cart. So then I just had to hope and pray that Best Buy was going to let me in, and luckily it did. But Wolf, when you're talking about karma, I think I had a little bit of the opposite karma after everything I've done to my Switch
Yes,
One.
deserved. Yeah, deserved.
Nintendo was like, ah, buddy, we're gonna make you sweat for this one.
Yeah, Best Buy
Yeah,
was definitely my like pick because I want to be there at midnight, and my Best Buy will be open at midnight. And I just more of a smooth. I know I'm getting it day one pretty much. And
No.
I don't know about y'all, but I had a tab open for the Mario Kart bundle, and then one of the Best Buy like bundles where that you get the normal console, no Mario Kart with the Pro controller. And I was waiting in the Mario Kart bundle line for about 40 minutes, and then I got like 30 minutes into that, I got in line for one of the bundles, like the Pro controller bundle, and that clicked after 10 minutes. So that's what I ended up going with.
dude, those
And that's
bundles, man,
interesting
they
too,
were huge.
because I had the opposite where I joined both lines. I had the Mario Kart bundle and the Pro Controller bundle, and I joined them both right when they went live at what, like 12:20 or however long afterwards.
Yeah.
The pages went up, and I did not get into the Pro Controller bundle at all. Or actually, no, I did. I waited another, I think, 10 or 15 minutes because I got into the Mario Kart bundle first at around 1 o'clock Eastern time in the morning. Checked out of there, perfect, got mine, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait and just to have a second one, right, just in case.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone from Best Buy has had an order cancellation, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I got into the normal Switch 2 and Pro Controller bundle one like 15 minutes later, and I go to check out and it said, oh, we can't process this, you already have a Switch 2 order, we cannot like get a second one to your household. And I was like, oh, wait, no, so it does recognize that I have one. Okay, you know what, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, they get tracks your IP specifically, which oof.
They gotta do what they gotta do, though. They gotta wait.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm glad in the
Yeah.
long run. Take all my info as long as you
Yeah.
don't deal with these scalpers.
So
But
what was y'all's haul?
well, I'll ask this before we even get to the haul. It's like, do you guys think like I feels like everyone's got who wanted to get a Switch 2 got one. Because it was that thing, like we had all these options, and then GameStop was doing in-store pre-orders the next day, and literally the next day, like I saw everyone go, I wasn't able to get one online, but like the line at the GameStop was actually really small. So it was a case of like it's popular. Like obviously the Switch 2 is going to be massive, but it seems like they made more than enough units for everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, GameStop's had a lot. Like, I know my local one had 60 total units, 40
Same here.
bundle, 20 normal. So I think they stocked up well. Like, I was never, until like it's happening in the moment, I wasn't really worried about getting one because I trusted that they'll probably have stock. Because I mean, you can compare it to the Switch, but I don't think it's easy to compare because if they were ride or die on that and they didn't have enough like resources to make it because the Wii U was so bad.
Yeah.
So I think it went pretty well.
I know for my neck of the woods, I think there were about 80. And they're like, I'm in a kind of big metro area, so there's like 9 or 11 within like 20 miles of me. And at least the one closest to me, I think, had 80, so it was like 15, 30, and 50 at the Mario Kart bundles. But yeah, I know someone who walked up to the store at like 9 o'clock, and they're like, yeah, there's 10 people here. Like you could, they're going to be open. They could close the day and not fill out their pre-orders. It's like, okay, that actually makes me feel really good that worst case scenario, I could have, on my lunch break gone to a GameStop and gotten a pre-order.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been like I had to stay there at like 6 a.m. and wait there, but it's like no, actually the lines weren't that crazy, thankfully. But haul-wise, so I got the normal Switch 2, the 450 model at Target, and then I got the Pro Controller and normal Switch 2 at Best Buy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the Target one because I'm gonna do Best Buy because that's the midnight launch, but I don't know what you guys think. Should I cancel the Target one or like wait until it arrives just in case like Best Buy falls through or something, and then just sell it on like Facebook Marketplace?
Well, like I would recommend maybe asking friends if they're interested in anything. Like for me, like the Switch, like okay, well for me, like the Switch, like Nintendo, you can register on their thing, and one of my friends just fell asleep and was doing school, so he just didn't bother. And obviously now it's harder to get one. So I'm just going to keep my registered for the Switch, like Nintendo Store one. I'm going to give that to him. He'll pay for it, obviously.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you better sell it.
Yeah, well, if you don't know anyone who needs one, honestly, I think the move is Facebook Marketplace. And obviously don't sell at scalper prices, but
Oh yeah,
you could probably
sell for the
$50 bump.
Yeah.
I'm
But
probably gonna sell for like $480. I just want to get my money back.
Yeah, exactly. But because I think what's going to happen is because I talk to people who like are like usually either certain friends or coworkers are kind of my barometer for this kind of stuff of like the general public audience. And most people that I talk to know about the Switch 2, but they didn't know the pre-orders existed, right? So I have a feeling once it actually comes out and people are talking about Mario Kart and other things, people are going to start looking for them. And hey, maybe there's stock, there's restocks by then, but I guarantee you people are going to be looking for a Switch 2 on launch. And so, yeah, something like Facebook Marketplace, I think would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, because I'm just worried if I cancel my pre-order now, it'll be a case of like Best Buy's like, oh, your order fell through, and it's like, well, shit, no, I just don't have anything.
I think Best Buy is pretty secure at this point.
It's just worst case scenario. That's kind of
for sure.
I honestly been more worried about the other order going through from Target.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I will say, it was funny. The other thing, I bought Mario Kart through Walmart. And I'm like, okay, sweet, I'll have Mario Kart. And then I thought about it. I was like, wait, I'm getting Mario Kart at Walmart on like the day of the console, so like June 5th. But like midnight, I'm getting the Switch 2, so I literally will only play Welcome Tour that night. So it's just fucked up. But I'll probably cancel that Walmart one and just go for a Best Buy one if I can.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, for my haul, I got the Mario Kart World Switch 2 bundle. And then I didn't get anything else that night. Or no, I did. I went on Walmart and I was like, screw it, I'll get the Pro Controller there. And and so I had something at Best Buy and something at Walmart, and then I went back on the next day at Best Buy just to see like if anything was remaining, and pretty much they had everything still in stock. So I canceled my Walmart order, pre-ordered the Pro controller at Best Buy, got the case. I was like, screw it, I'll probably just whatever. And then the other thing we've kind of talked about, and it's kind of been mentioned a little bit, is that the Mario Kart bundle is a code, and for most people, they're probably going to be downloading it online. It's the launch of a system anyway. People are going to be wanting to go on the eShop or NSO for GameCube, right? So the servers are going to be busy, and there's a chance that either it's going to go down or it's going to be really slow, or who knows, especially with Nintendo of all people, right? So I out of caution, I was like, you know what, I'm going to get Tears of the Kingdom, the Switch 2 physical edition, and let's just throw that on there just in case. That way I have something to play on day one.
Yeah, isn't that the $80 version?
It sure is.
God, that's insane. I'll never forget, like, one of my favorite tweets during that whole pricing situation was like, Nintendo didn't cut the price of Breath of the Wild. They somehow found a way to make it more expensive, which is just like funny to think about. What about you, Mitch? What's your haul?
I got the normal Switch 2 No Mario Kart with the Pro controller, and then I bought the case separately, all at Best Buy. And then through Best Buy, I got the digital code for Mario Kart and the digital code for Welcome Tour. So everything at Best Buy, how I rid it up before it all happened, so I can walk in and then leave and stay up all night.
I'm surprised you went for the digital code for Welcome Tour now and not just when the eShop goes live. Is it just to avoid the servers fucking up?
Well, I mean, the servers are gonna fuck up anyways because I've still got to redeem it.
Oh,
But
yeah,
no,
right.
I just wanted to have everything done so I know it's gonna be ready and I don't have to worry about it.
Man, are we all bad people for just immediately buying Welcome Tour despite complaining about it?
Oh, hold on, I didn't buy it.
You were telling us before the pod you wanted to get the physical one.
I want to get the physical edition. I haven't bought it yet, so in a certain perspective, I'm sticking to my guns.
The Treehouse event sold me on Welcome Tour.
He really wants to mini golf.
Here's the problem.
Listen,
I'm a bad person. I know I'm a bad person. I just really want to play Welcome Tour.
I do. Yeah.
There's a whole ass French JRPG that's getting 9s and 10s across the board. I'm like, I don't need to play that. I'd rather play the 20-year-old game.
Okay, so
I have bad taste in games, man.
What's worse, complaining about Welcome Tour but buying it at launch, or complaining about Welcome Tour and then buying it a year after you already own the Switch?
A year after, because I've been complaining about it.
I think I'm in the worst case. Yeah, I'm in the worst boat here. I think if I keep waiting to buy it.
Well, also for a Welcome Tour, I'm never going to really use 95% of my Switch 2 will be with a Pro controller. So I'd like to see what the Joy-Cons are all about too.
I feel like I'm going to use those Joy-Cons more than I expect because of the mouse. But that's really
true.
Yeah, I definitely I play a lot in handheld, so I think I'll be getting my use out of the new Joy-Cons.
I mean, dude,
but even if I'm handheld, I prop it up and use a Pro controller. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is I'm with you, Bench. 90% of my game time on Switch is the Pro controller, but I feel like just the mouse functionality, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna try just Joy-Cons for Prime 4. I'm gonna play with the mouse easily, without question.
Yeah.
But other stuff, maybe. I don't know. It's just a case by case basis. I think. I really want to check out Civ. It's not launch, right?
It's launch, I think.
Oh, if it's launch, okay.
Is it?
I might check out.
I really don't know.
And I will say
weird things about the launch right now.
After all it's said and done, that was pretty fun.
Oh, dude, I had so much fun. I mean, big shout outs to Jake Randall. I had his stream open the whole time, and he was kind of directing people of the places to go, what's going on, tips and tricks throughout the whole day of hey, make sure when you're on target you do this. Awesome resource. And then after that, I went over to Mike Minotti's stream, and he was just streaming with Jeff Grubb, the whole Giant Bomb crew, and they were just talking about working together to try to get Switch 2s. It was an experience. It's one of those things where I would be saying that was the least fun of my life if I didn't get one, but I got one in 3 minutes, so it was a blast.
Yeah.
Civ 7's at launch.
I definitely, brushed with danger at one point. But yeah, I was in a
How's work
Discord
for you,
call
man?
with about 10 people, and we were all, doing our thing. But yeah, Wolf, seriously, out of everyone I know on Discord or in real life or whatever, you are by far the person who got an order the fastest. Like
I could not
by
believe it.
minutes, like by 10, 15 minutes. It's insane.
3 minutes, man. I don't know how I did that. It was this funny thing where I was like, I don't believe you, Target.
Right, yeah, it doesn't feel real. Yeah, 100%. I'd be skeptical too.
Yeah, it was just that thing of like, what do I do now? I was expecting to be here all night, but I guess not. Oh, Civ's at launch. Okay, sweet.
Oh, cool.
I might check. Yeah, I might buy that and play it. I've been waiting to play Civ 7. All right, well, that was enough of our Switch 2 pre-ordered experience. I mean, boys, get you more excited for the Switch 2 now that you know you're going to get one eventually, without question.
Oh yeah, and honestly, like part of the thing is obviously the reason that the pre-orders were pushed back was terrible, but it being pushed back and now having a pre-order with it practically being a month away at this point
Yeah.
gets me a lot more excited.
Yeah, no, it's like 1 month and a week, which is crazy to
Yeah.
think about.
I'm very excited for Mario Kart World. Like it's really starting to sink in. Like just
for
how
real.
much fun that's going to be.
Yeah, Mario Kart, and then literally like a month later, Donkey Kong. And I don't know about y'all, I'm gonna be fucking around with that GameCube NSO a lot. Like I'm gonna be playing so much F-Zero.
I
I'm
don't
holding out
have
for Wind Waker
the
HD.
I don't have the $50 tier.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, yeah, I think I might hold off until Coliseum and XD get on
Yeah,
there.
that's
And
what I
then I'll go in and kind of backfill everything.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
play
I've-
Game Boy
yeah.
NSO.
The expansion pass is honestly such a great value now that
Oh,
I have
yeah.
it.
Yeah, GBA, GameCube, it's kind of insane.
Honestly, like GameCube's coming now, but in like 2 or 3 years, I think they could make Wii work.
I mean, it's almost the same exact hardware. So as long as
Yeah,
they
we-
figure out motion controls, yeah, I think
the
they
motion
can make it
controls
work.
is just the mouse.
Like we
Yeah,
said,
true.
GameCube's not going to happen because they're selling those again. But honestly, like at this point, like I don't think
No,
you
you're
can
right.
really
Yeah.
say anything.
I don't know about you guys. I think they honestly did GameCube NSO because like they kind of looked at the sales of their remasters, like Thousand Year Door, and what other GameCube remaster was there recently? I'm trying to remember. All I can remember is Thousand Year
It
Door.
feels like there was one more, yeah.
There was a
Well, either way.
GBA one.
Oh, Wind Waker. No, that
No, Wind
wasn't.
Waker wasn't
Yeah,
remastered on Switch.
Fuck. I was thinking
there
of
was-
Twilight Princess, but that was Wii. No, that was GameCube too. What am I thinking of? Oh, Skyward Sword. But that
No,
was
that's
still
Wii.
that was
Wii.
Wii. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
None of them worked. None of them were right.
Oh, kind of with this one, Super Mario
Pikmin.
Sunshine. Oh yeah, Pikmin 1+2.
Yeah,
Wait,
and I guess Sunshine was on 3D All Stars.
Yeah, Sunshine. So I bet it's a case of like they kind of look at the sales, especially probably with Thousand Year Door, and they're like, it's not really worth reselling. It's not like selling enough to make us really want to resell these games. Let's just do an NSO upgrade.
Give me Galaxy 2, please.
Oh my god, we're still waiting for that, man. It's
We
crazy.
sure are.
Anyways, let's move into the news. Oblivion remake, the story that's heard all around the world, that was literally every week there was a new update. Well, now it's actually out. It's finally released. Came out on Tuesday. Shinobi has this tweet: Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, available now on Xbox Game Pass, PS5, and PC for $49.99, $60 for the deluxe edition. Developed by Virtuos and Bethesda Game Studios, running in Unreal Engine 5, new lip sync technology, brand new models and environments, all story expansions included, improved and updated UI audio, updated leveling system, improved combat animations, and proper third-person view and playability. This is a remake. I'm actually frustrated that they're calling it a remaster. This is 100% a remake. I am fully on that camp, especially after playing it for. Let me tell you guys, I have had so little work done this week. I have played 13 hours of Oblivion.
Damn.
I cannot stop playing this game. But it's
Yeah,
a remake.
Even like just watching the presentation, it's more expansive and well done than I ever thought it would be. I'm 7 hours in as well, and it's just way more than I ever thought they would do for it, and how they're just calling it a remaster.
Bench, what did you say? It was the best looking game ever?
Listen, I think
You
it's
did say
got
that.
it's pretty. It's real
But
pretty.
I'll say that it looks way better than I expected it to. Because I'll be honest, so far in the generation, I've kind of been an Unreal Engine 5 hater because I just feel like devs don't really optimize well for it, and it makes the games look really muddy, and I'm just not into it right now. And I'm waiting until like eventually like devs start to really hone in the power of that engine. But this looks great personally. I think it looks amazing. I have heard a lot of complaints about the vibrancy in comparison to the original Oblivion. I
I don't
don't
care.
really. I guess my thing is like Oblivion is a very high fantasy game, and to me, like this remake very much just takes it. It makes it look a lot more like Skyrim's more grounded fantasy, and I'm more into that art style personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is also just very funny because that was also around the time or the era of the Browns and the very
Yeah.
earth tony video games that everyone hated, and now we're gonna say things are too vibrant. Like, get out of here, man.
No, it's bloom heavy for Oblivion. The original Oblivion had so much bloom; it was hilarious.
Mm.
Um, yeah, no, I'm super into this release, and they just shadow dropped it like out of nowhere. I will say, I had a little bit of fear where I was like, it did feel weird to release this in the same week as Clair Obscur, and it almost feels like Xbox was overshadowing it. But then I look at the player counts for Clair Obscur, the sales, and it's like, okay, it seems like they were different audiences, or at least like most people were like, oh shit, two cakes, so they bought both. So it seems like it's working out for both games.
Yep.
But yeah, Oblivion remake. But Bob, will you grow a spine and actually play this?
Oh, 100%. I think the only reason I didn't was just because, I mean, listen, Clair Obscur was my number one most anticipated game of the year. You gotta be,
Fair enough.
you gotta be joking me if you think I wasn't gonna play that first. But especially after the reviews came out. But yeah, I think I was talking to Bench about this a little bit before the pod, but I think depending on when I beat and like am done with Clair Obscur, depending on Roadcraft and Doom, I might just go to Oblivion next. So it's because that will also spearhead finally playing through and beating Skyrim, because I've probably played the first 20 hours of that game 3 times over, including within the last couple of years. So it's like I really need to just go through that game.
I feel like most people haven't beaten Skyrim though, so I don't think
I haven't beaten Skyrim.
But like I'm not even close. Like I always started
do, like, the factions and stuff at least, because
but that's what I'm saying. Like I think each time I've started, I've done like one of the main quests to get like part of the shout, and then I'll go do like a faction quest, and then I just stop. So I really just want to go through and like have like a full like 60 to 80 hour playthrough.
I mean, I'll ask you guys this. Like, let's say like we're recommending an Elder Scrolls game to a new fan who's like, oh, I've never touched an Elder Scrolls game. Do you think Oblivion is the one now instead of Skyrim?
Yep. 100%.
It depends, because they are still different games at the end of the day, and I think it will depend on what that person wants and what what they kind of like, and what they how big of a what's the word I'm looking for? How big of a tolerance do they have for, it's crazy to say Skyrim's dated now, but how big of a tolerance do they have for like the more dated games?
Honestly, Oblivion's pretty dated too.
I'm saying like graphically, right? Like they're gonna if you tell someone who's only played like on PS5 to go play Skyrim, they're like, I don't want to play a PS2 game. So
you're gonna play the new one, and this is the new one now.
That is so fascinating. It's like, man, Elder Scrolls 4 is now the most modern version of an Elder Scrolls game. And I don't know if you guys saw, Nate the Hate did come out and say like Fallout 3 in this style of like remaster is also happening, but that's like 1 or 2 years away. That's the one I really want to know. Like,
yeah, that would go crazy, actually.
Yeah, and I mean, like, honestly, if you're looking at this as Bethesda, you see what Virtuos did. It's like, do this to all our games. Do Fallout 3, but then also do New Vegas. Do what's it called? Morrowind. Go even further back. Or hell, listen, I hate to say it, do Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like, sell it again. I also wanted to bring up the concurrent player counts on Okami Games as this. Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered reaches 182,000 plus concurrent Steam players on its first day of launch. Insane numbers overall. Looks like it's doing absolutely phenomenally. I am interested because we're now moving into the weekend and now people are probably going to get their hands on it. I wonder if that number goes higher than that.
Well, it hit 190.
Yeah,
So
probably.
I think it could hit 200.
I mean, the thing is, the main audience for this game is on PC, and I think that's always like the when we talk about, like, let's say Assassin's Creed Shadows player numbers, right? That player base is on console. Like, a lot of these games have a very console player base, but hardcore Bethesda and, like, especially the older school like RPGs, those are Steam players, those are computer players. And so I think that's why you're gonna get a bigger jump on Oblivion specifically, especially because a lot of those people are like, oh yeah, I want to go back to that game. Like that's the majority of my friends are on PC, love Bethesda stuff, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna go play this on Steam like this weekend because I want to go back to it.
Weren't you like talking about it earlier this week? It's like, man, I've been like telling my friends about Clair Obscur this whole time, and they're like, ooh, Oblivion.
Yeah, and that's what sucks is that talking about that crossover. I think my friends will still get to it eventually, but yeah, they're pretty much all on Oblivion, so that'll be like. But one of them was like, "Oh yeah, I saw like a stream of this. It looks sick." So I'm like, "Okay, maybe I can get one of you to come over."
Yeah, dude, it's funny because it's like, at least for the slice of gaming friend group, it's the exact opposite for me. Where it's like, damn, I'm the only one playing Oblivion. It's like,
well, that's not true. Dark played it.
Dark beats games in like 10 minutes. I can't talk to him about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's an outlier in how he does that, but he was playing it at launch.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll talk to him about it. I've been talking to him about it. It's just like he beats it in 10 minutes. I'm like, well, damn. Like, I'll be like, oh, did you do this? It's like, dude, I did that 30 days ago. What's wrong with you? You slow ass.
Did you see that? Oh yeah, I don't think you're in there, but in the Clair Obscur chat, he's like, "Oh yeah, the final boss has hands." We're like, "Final boss? The game came out yesterday, dude. What are you talking about?"
There's not even 30 hours in a day.
You've played more Oblivion than Dark, and he's beat the main quest.
Yeah, that's also true. He does mainline.
That's weird. That is weird. I actually think that's the weirdest way to play a Bethesda game is to mainline it.
I agree.
Yeah, well, moving into our next story in the realm of PlayStation. PlayStation had to say something because, to be honest, it's been a quiet It's been a quiet month for PlayStation, man. They have been quiet, but they finally woke up. They used their Blue Sky and Twitter accounts again. PlayStation Ghost of Yotei comes to PS5 on October 2nd. New trailer introduces the Yotei 6 gang members Atsu has sworn to hunt down. And then Okami Games kind of did a big detail of the PlayStation blog post. Spear is confirmed as a melee weapon. First look at dual katanas and kusarigami. 6 main antagonists instead of 1. The Yotei 6. Atsu's main objective is to get revenge on these people that killed her family. As she explores Ezo, Atsu will meet unlikely allies and forge connections that can help her give a new sense of purpose, track other dangerous targets and claim bounties, find weapon senseis around the world. Looks like Atsu can command her wolf to attack enemies, build a campfire anywhere in the world. Some returning activities from Tsushima, Collector's Edition, and releasing October 2nd exclusively on PS5. Good amount of details there. I'm very excited for this game. I will say, though, if I'm being completely honest, hearing that it's a revenge story got me way less interested.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
It's like, man, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we can't do any other type of story? And, like, I'm excited still, but I'm like, I don't want to say revenge is played out, but I'm like, okay, you got to do something interesting instead of just saying it's a revenge story, and then at the end she's like, oh, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that's definitely something. And listen, Ghost's main antagonist, you can say it was the uncle. They kind of hyped it up to be the Mongol dude, and I mean that was
I don't even remember his name, so yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of that game's narrative was in its side characters and side content. The main story was good and it ended very well. It had a cool arc, but it was a lot of the main like memorable stuff was in the side content. I just hope a lot of that side content isn't like revenge based. Because I think I can deal with a revenge story if it has like a natural conclusion. Because I mean, already combat changes. Like this combat's going to go crazy.
Yes.
The world that they're showing looks somehow even more vibrant than Ghost of Tsushima did, and even more open and sprawling and massive. And that's all the stuff I want. The revenge story is just the big thing. But they could get more creative because I mean they're not going to have a single antagonist; they're going to have six, and it's kind of like Breath of the Wild. You can go in any order. So if they, my thing is, I don't want to just go in like Assassin's Creed. The problem, I dropped Shadows. I got Shadows. The problem I
Hell
have is
yeah.
you're going to these targets and you're just killing them. You're not getting any interaction really. Hit me with like cool antagonists that have backstory and morals and stuff. Don't make them be flat. Because if it's flat and I'm just going to kill them for revenge, then that's where you lose me a bit.
My hope is that it doesn't end with the revenge wasn't worth it. I feel worse for it. I've lost everything. I want this game to end with, oh, revenge is fucking awesome, dude. It was so worth it. Hell yeah. Like just something of that notion, because I am just kind of tired of like revenge not good and whatever. It's just overplayed at this point. And I'm like, I trust in Sucker Punch. At the end of the day, I trust in them to make a fun game. Like even if like the main story sucks, it's like okay, whatever. Like the side quests are still awesome. I love that world. The game is absolutely gorgeous. I feel like on Pro, it's really gonna shine. And I'm excited for it in that notion. But it's like, damn, main story wise, I'm way less interested.
Yeah, and I think I can live with it if they make those antagonists good antagonists.
100%. Yeah.
Like make
Good
it
characters
like a
can
cool choice.
carry any story.
Yeah, like I don't want it just to be like I killed this person for this reason, and now this person's the main character is coming to get revenge on me, and I want to stay alive, so we've got to fight. One of us has to die. Hit me with like a good antagonist. So.
Yeah, right there with you. Bob, have you played Ghost?
No, so I probably shouldn't have listened to part of that, but that's okay. I think, I mean, honestly, I have like I do want to get to Ghost, and I do have interest in Yotei. I still think it looks incredible. I mean, honestly, you guys talk about like revenge story or whatever. The only thing I care about is photo mode, and we're getting another photo mode with another great like landscape. So who cares what's going on in the story? But so like really the only thing that I think is interesting that they call it the Yotei 6. Like
yeah, like the Fiendish Five from
like what's their Japanese name? Like why are they calling themselves an English like group name? Like I get it, but at the same time it's like shouldn't it be in Japanese whatever the group name actually is or the translation? I don't know. I just thought that was funny.
I assume in Japanese itself, like it's just they replaced the 6 with whatever the Japanese word
it's
is
like
for
Roku
6.
or something.
Yeah, Roku. The Yotei Roku. Yeah, that doesn't as well.
And maybe they're like, well, Roku's the name of a popular TV streaming service, so that might.
We got to call it the 7 now. God damn it.
We got to add a new guy. Come on, get Jimmy in there. He's been wanting to come off the bench.
Something else that's coming off the bench finally after all this time of leaks. What is this game called? Sorry. EA Star Wars tweeted this out. Star Wars Zero Company finally got its official reveal trailer at Star Wars Celebration Japan, which is interesting. I actually didn't know Star Wars Celebration was in Japan. But lead a squad of cunning
change each time.
Oh, do they? Okay, so
yeah, it's like it's like Minecon or stuff where they just go to a different city each time.
Lead a squad of cunning operatives in the Clone Wars. Welcome to Zero Company. Experience turn-based tactics from the pioneers of the genre Bit Reactor with Respawn and Lucasfilm Games. Coming 2026, and that was the real surprise. I think a lot of people were expecting this to be like, oh, it's coming out this year. But no, it's actually going to be into next year. Honestly, for the best, because I think a game like this would do better in a less competitive year. But not personally interested, not even like the tactics side of thing. I just don't give a shit about Star Wars. Are you into this at all, Bob?
I am, but I think this is going to fall into I mean, like you said, I mean, this year's already stacked. But I for me, I think it's going to be a thing like Gears Tactics or Mario and Rabbids, where great games. I just didn't get to them at launch, but there is going to be a pocket here within the next couple of years where I'm going to probably pick this up and have a great time.
Yeah, I have that problem, Bop. I don't know if you do with tactics games, where when I play them, I just get like, I don't want to say tired, but I get worn out. Like I do one match, I'm like, okay, I need a break.
Yeah, I realized that with Gears Tactics, where I tried playing it on the hardest difficulty because I knew I could do it. And then I'd be spending 3 hours trying to perfectly strategize one level. And I'm like, I'm never getting through this. Why am I doing this to myself? Just play the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I love my tactics games, but it's like I need to play something else on the side that's like kind of brain dead.
Mm-hmm.
Moving into our next story, Persona 4 Remake. Okami Games has this. The web domain has been updated yet again. This could indicate that a reveal is happening soon, as similar updates happened for Persona 3 Reload and Persona 5 Tactica. Just like a quick little update there. Not much to add. I will say, I do think, Betch, I don't know what you think of this. I think it's weird to do Persona 4 Remake before 6.
I don't know. Because, I mean, you could say that with, like, Elder Scrolls too, I guess.
Yeah, but, like, there's, like, such a long wait in between Elder Scrolls games. And we got one remake in comparison to, like, we had Reload last year.
But I think it's just good to get those games modernized. Like, and I think if they're going to take their time with 6, if it's, like, a very different type of game, like, because all of these games, like, you have the I don't expect it not to be a high school setting. But I think that you need to do something different with 6 if you're going to slam us with Persona again and again and again.
Yeah, no, I think it's just, I think it's like they've been taking their time with 6. It's like, what has it been, like 9 years since Persona 5? We're like closing in on 9 years this year. So we're almost at the 10-year anniversary of Persona 5, and it's like still no 6. Feels a little weird, but hey, maybe they want to get these remakes out of the way, and I assume it's like separate teams working on the remakes. Mm-hmm. I don't think it would be this year for Persona 4 Remake still. Like that seems like next year.
That's next year. Well, but it is moving like I expected it, but it's moving along faster than I would have thought. Like,
yeah,
I don't think a trailer at an Xbox show is like out of this world. I don't think they would show like gameplay or anything, but like do like a quick anime type cutscene with like the TV and say Persona 4 Remake 2026 or 2027. Like, I think that can be a good reveal.
100%. Moving into our next story. This is a very quick one. FBC Firebreak got a release date. FBC Firebreak launches on June 17th on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X/S. Standard edition will be available for $40, and it's on Game Pass as well, day one. I don't think it's on the PlayStation Extra though, which is kind of weird, but I guess Game Pass is better than Bob, huh? You beat me there.
So true. I mean, look at this week. You know what I mean?
All right. Let's calm down. But yeah, I don't. If I'm being honest, this kind of just feels like a filler, almost Hail Mary from Remedy to be like, okay, let's try to get something that can get us enough money to get us to the next game, basically. But I hope it's good. It looks like a fun time.
I hope for Fusion's sake it's good.
Yeah, God bless Fusion's been going through it.
Poor Fusion hasn't been able to play Marathon. I wonder why.
Yeah, you're a dick, Bench. What
that's
the fuck?
me.
That's crazy. You didn't even put it on your like what we've been playing, by the way.
Oh, man.
You don't even give a shit.
I haven't played it yet.
Oh my god!
You played a match. You said you immediately died.
No,
the servers immediately died.
Oh,
yeah, it wouldn't let me in, so I lost interest.
Oh my god!
Why did you take the code? It's cool.
It was tied to my account. I'm pretty sure.
No, it wasn't. It's a code.
No. Well, they're like, it's fine.
You know how
Bench is.
He's at the spearhead of FOMO. He's got to be the first to everything.
Living at the edge of his seat, man. God bless.
I mean, isn't. I am.
True.
Last story. This is a Windows Central article that Bob was talking to me about. It's literally tens of millions of hours. Xbox CEO Phil Spencer celebrates Xbox Cloud Gaming's dramatic growth, now with per-device usage charts. In a recent interview with iJustine, which, by the way, can't believe she's still out there. Hell yeah.
Shout out.
Xbox lead Phil Spencer described where the platform is heading and how well Xbox Cloud Gaming has been performing in recent months. Quote, we always tend to follow where we see people playing. It's just been amazing to see the number of people now that are playing Xbox via cloud. It's literally tens of millions of hours every single month and growing dramatically. And then he actually puts out a chart showcasing the distribution for December of 2024. And reading it, it looks like the majority is still on Xbox. Wait, Xbox One consoles. I didn't read the one part. Yeah, so majority is Xbox One, then smart TVs, then Windows PCs, Series X/S. What's interesting is mobile is still pretty small, which I feel like would have been their biggest market to try to capture. But I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. Bob, you're the one who brought this to my attention, so I want you to take the floor here.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, kind of the strategy that Xbox is carrying out here because we always talk about Game Pass, um, and but like I would say the other two like huge initiatives for them are Play Anywhere, and I don't mean like Play Anywhere as in multi-plat. I mean like you own it on Xbox, you can play it on PC, you can play it on cloud, whatever, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course cloud gaming, and yeah, I think it's really interesting to see that like almost half of their cloud gaming usage is Xbox One consoles and smart TVs. So it's like it's kind of cool to think like, okay, if for whatever reason, let's say they keep making a new console, but I can't upgrade, but I still want to play like Series 2, let's just say exclusive games, because that's what the Xbox One people are probably doing. They're on their Xbox One. They want to play a Series X game. They can't because they don't have the hardware for it. So the cloud gaming is kind of that barrier to entry. Or people with a smart TV, it's like I don't even have to buy a console, right? I can just stream it from my TV and it's gonna play pretty well. It just seems like it obviously this isn't going to change the industry definitely as much as they want it to, but I think they're doing a lot of good things behind the scenes to try and keep innovating and moving forward, and honestly keeping the brand alive, because yeah, we obviously know they're dead last in console sales, but the more they're able to be flexible and pivot, the more they're able to stay around, the more these first party studios can keep making games. So I think it's really interesting. Also, too, something that isn't in this article, but they reference a Twitter account that kind of posted their GDC graphs and stuff, like the pie chart that we have here. The other one that was really interesting was multi-device games and players are the future. Um, Basically, baby boomers are 28% multi-device ownership of Xbox games or play. Gen X is 37%. Millennials are 49%. Gen Z is 52%. Gen Alpha 2010, people who were born after or at
Little
or
clips.
after 2010, yeah, pretty much 55% multi-device gaming. It's the highest out of any of the like generations. So while yeah, obviously I'm not using cloud too much, I don't think any of us are using cloud too much. The kids are, and I think that's who it will be really interesting to see a future where there could potentially be more, because of how they are kind of adapting with the iPad kids essentially, that's how Xbox gets like the player share up again, is because of their flexibility when the other brands aren't offering it. So it's just really interesting stuff. Like at the end of the day, I'm not trying to say like, oh, Xbox is back, but I think they're doing stuff behind the scenes that set up potentially interesting dominoes. We just know they are terrible at actually making those dominoes fall, so can't read too
Hey,
much into it.
I mean, here's the thing. It's like it's another revenue stream, and like that's always a good thing for a lot of these companies, even if it's not growing to the extent that I think they really want it to, especially in the mobile side of things. It feels like mobile gamers just want to play mobile games. Like it's pretty clear that's the case at this point. But I think if you continue to kind of foster this, maybe eventually like more and more people will reach the cloud. and it does become like a very like sustainable part of your business, and it works out in the long run. And what you said about the dominoes falling, it's like I feel like they've been falling this year. Now, granted, that comes at the expense of us PlayStation fans getting to buy it, but you guys have had the dominoes start falling. I mean, right now, 2 major Game Pass releases in the same week, and also just South of Midnight 2 weeks before that, and Doom in 2 more weeks. It's like feels like this is what the Game Pass model really needed.
3 of the games I'm playing right now are Xbox like associated, as much as I hate to admit it.
Well, but that's what's funny. We talk about like why did Xbox like release things on multiple platforms. Bench paid $100 to play a game that's already been out for 6 months on a different platform, early access on his platform, and people wonder why Xbox wants to go multi-plat.
I didn't know he went through with that. Well,
God bless you, Bench. Love you.
Great game. I'll talk about it later.
You're keeping Xbox afloat, Bench, single-handedly.
Yeah. Thank you.
I got the DLC.
All right. Well,
wait, DLC.
The DLC that's coming out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What was it? The Order of Giants. I still, in a perfect world, I'd like to get to that game, but
good game.
I think you'd really like it.
I don't like licensed games though. That's my thing.
This one's pretty good.
Last thing, the Circana report came out.
Oh,
but this time I'm the one playing, because I always say I'm always disappointed in you guys and how you do. So I'm thinking now I'm gonna be the one playing. Jack had this idea. So Bob, you have it pulled up, the top 20 best-selling games for March of 2025.
Let me look this up.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Slice of Gaming Circana report game. I am your host, Benji Bop, and I will be quizzing our normal host, the Uncharted Wolf, on his skills. So let's see. The reporting period is March 2nd through April 5th, 2025. Wolf, the floor is yours.
Okay, Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yes, that is at number 3.
Split Fiction.
Yes, that is at number 5.
EA Sports FC.
Yes, that is at number 13.
NBA 2K.
NBA 2K. Yes, that is at number 8.
Madden.
Madden, number 15.
College football.
Number 20.
Okay, so that's my easy stuff out of the way. Hail Mary, first Berserker Kazan.
Not on the list.
Okay, thank God. People didn't buy that. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yep, number 12.
Elden Ring.
Number 16.
Hogwarts Legacy.
No.
Wow, yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is not on here.
Okay. Dang, okay. So the well's kind of drying. Any more new games left?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. What the fuck came out in March? Oh, damn. Now I know how you guys feel.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot everything that came out in March.
Hold on, Bench. Hold on. We are not in the hint market yet.
Well, I was going to give him a non-new game hint.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there are still some
Dragon Ball.
There's a game...
No.
Okay. There's a game that's surprisingly high, but if you look back on what happened in March, it's expected.
What happened in March?
I don't even know what he means by that.
Think about what took over in March. Late March.
Dude, yeah. I can barely remember.
I don't know what hint he's talking about, but I will say,
Wolf, number 11.
Yeah, but that's always on here. Wolf, best selling game of all time.
No, Minecraft.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I don't think
Wolf or Bench. I don't think that had anything to do with the movie.
The movie was early April.
It also didn't move.
Cycle.
It was in 11th last month, and it was 11th this month. Okay. There is one major March release that you have not mentioned, though.
Dude, how do I not remember a single game that came out in March?
There's a lot of
it was already talked about on this podcast today.
Oh shit. I don't want to cheat and look at the other tabs. Wait, so it's a major game that came out in March. Is it from one of the 3 big ones?
It's a AAA game that was talked about
quite a bit.
A lot of hype.
Oh my god,
People in our-
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yes,
Fuck
that is
off.
Yes,
that is number
number
one.
one.
Always Assassin's Creed. I hate that franchise so much, man.
No, there is a game from the publishers that's on the list. Big three.
Sony?
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah.
Well, yes.
Well, there's several.
Oh, Sony's got a bunch.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no.
there's two different ones. Yeah, I just see what he means now.
Astrobot?
No.
Ghost
It's
of
the other one that's always on here.
Last of Us 2? Oh, Helldivers 2.
No,
No.
the other one,
Wait,
Got
Helldivers
a port
2?
the
recently?
licensed one.
Wait, what? There's a licensed PlayStation game?
Oh, this is great coming from you, Wolf, because you say this every fucking month.
Wait, a licensed PlayStation game?
Yes, come on.
What the fuck?
I know
is
you know
PlayStation?
it.
PlayStation doesn't license games. What?
They licensed this one.
Was it last year? Oh, Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god. You don't understand how cathartic it was to hear you struggle through that.
There's
Okay,
a
I would-
Nintendo game on the
Okay,
list.
give me the years. I feel like if I know the year, I'm good at video game release dates when it comes to the year.
Okay, fair enough.
There's
Yeah, there's actually Benj, before you say it, there's 2 new sports games. I don't know if you'll know.
Oh,
those.
WWE.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
one.
Then a Top Spin.
No.
NHL.
no.
These are all the
It's-
sports. MLB.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a Nintendo game still on the list.
Yes, there is a
Nintendo
Nintendo game
game?
on the list.
What year?
2025.
Technically this year.
If it's Donkey Kong, I swear to
No.
God. Oh
I'll
wait,
give you a hint. I dropped it.
Well, I was gonna say it's something that Bench keeps bringing up for a reason.
I have no clue. Wait,
It's a
It's
is
a
a
Nintendo-
it's technically
Oh,
a port.
Xenoblade.
Yes.
Yes.
Why did that get on the list? How?
Konami's on the list.
17.
Konami Suikoden.
Yep.
Yep.
Suikoden 1 and 2,
Wow.
number 18.
I'm actually really proud of gamers for getting Suikoden on there. I did not think that would happen.
There's one more
there
sports
is-
game he hasn't gotten.
What sport?
Oh
are you?
yeah.
Is it a
Think
golf
of
game?
yes.
Wait, I said Top Spin. Isn't that the golf?
That's tennis.
That's
Oh, a PGA Tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is topspin technically in golf, but not.
There's
That's more of a tennis.
I
thing.
there
thought
are
Top Spin was
2
golf.
big RPGs. One this year and one a couple years back.
Dude, yeah, the one from this year, I would have never gotten this.
Wait, is it like a weird like deluxe?
Oh wait,
edition
no,
RPG?
sorry, that's not an RPG. Never mind.
Atomfall?
No, what was the big game of February?
Oh, Kingdom Come.
Yep.
And then Game of the Year 2018. In
God
the
of
real
War?
world.
Oh, Red Dead 2.
Yep.
Yes.
Is that
There's
it?
there's one anime game that was new
Yeah,
in March.
dude. Good luck with this.
An anime
He's a
game
fan.
in March.
He's
Okay.
a fan.
Okay.
I'm a fan? Wait.
We talk about this anime when it comes up.
Bandai.
There's a lot of anime, Bench.
Bandai.
Is it One Piece?
No.
No, it's
What the?
it's the gas.
The Gas?
Fire.
Oh, Soul Level? There wasn't a Soul
No.
game.
There is, but no, it's a mobile game.
It's
Oh, okay. Thanks for the correction.
This is like this is peak and we freak out every season.
Wait, like,
It's-
when does it come out?
It's also it came out it's new for this
It can't-
month.
When was the last season of this anime?
October? It was late last year.
Is it a good one?
It's also
Yes,
a
we both
popular
love
cleaning
Bleach,
solution.
Bleach,
Yeah.
fucking Bleach. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, you
What
did
is
forget
this-
one top. Hold on, you did forget one top 10 game. It's
One
always
top
up
10
there.
game.
It's always up there.
I already said Minecraft. I said GTA 5.
It's the newest one. Big franchise. Long franchise.
Wait. Did it just come? Wait, when did it come out?
Last year.
Last year.
Last fall. But it's always up there.
Oh, Call of Duty.
Yes.
Did you guess? Did you guess the Capcom game?
Yes.
Monster Hunter
That was
World.
the first one you
Okay.
said.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think
that's
that's
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
I said,
that is.
yeah. Wow, what a disappointing performance. All right, you know what? Fair enough, guys. That is.
You
tough.
started hot, and then by about Spider-Man 2, you went ice cold.
It was that thing of like, okay, obvious ones, the stuff that came out: Monster
Yep.
Hunter, Split Fiction, sports games, and they were like 2 more sports games. It's like those are all the sports I could think of.
You got Suikoden pretty fast. But
I'll give you that.
But once we told you
Well, I got
Konami,
Suikoden through
you
the
were on the
hinge.
ball.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say Suikoden earlier, but I'm like, there's no way that's on the list. But hey, no, shout outs to gamers.
Dude, Bleach being 9th is insane.
Bleach
I
is
think
massive.
you underestimate Bleach fans.
It is.
I do, because that's insane.
Can't be real with you, Bench. I still haven't watched the latest season. I need to find the time for it.
Oh, you need to do that.
Yeah, I know.
It's really good. You watched Solo Leveling before that. Come on, you're better than that.
No, I know. It's just like the hype of Solo Leveling got to me, so I'm like, I gotta watch this first.
Really good show.
Yeah, very good show. Anyways, yeah, I'm a fucking fraud. All right, I'm sorry. I'd like to formally apologize to Bop and Bench for always
Fusion and
Jack for their Circana performances. I don't think Moon's ever played it actually.
On.
Yeah, really. But no, yeah, fair enough, guys. It is hard when you're on the hot seat and you're forced to remember games. It was that thing of like, oh, you're still missing new games in March. It's like, what the hell came out in March?
Right.
And of course, it's Assassin's Creed, my least favorite franchise. Anyways, moving into reviews of the week. Lots of stuff here. First and foremost, I want to talk about, we got reviews for it like just now actually. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 came out yesterday. Sitting at a 91 on OpenCritic. It was at 92, but now it's at 90.
Overrated.
It'll come back to 92, don't worry.
A Bench overrated. Oh, is Bench going to be hating? Is this another Bench hating on
I was just trying to get a rise out of it.
Yeah, I will. If you talk anywhere near how you talked about metaphor about this game, we are fighting.
See, this is what you got to do, Bob. Is just don't play the same games as Bench. That's what I do, and it's like I'm pretty happy.
Well, when he tries to play every single one that comes out, it's kind of hard.
It's like I'm out of games, man.
He's not playing Roadcraft. You know what? I'll be safe from Roadcraft.
Yeah, Roadcraft is safe, baby. But yeah, 91 on OpenCritic. Lots of 9s, lots of 10s. I saw some people say it's the best RPG of all time, that's
crazy.
That's huge. It seems like people are really into this game. Here's my thing, guys. I'm interested in this game in any other time period, but like because Oblivion, I'm like, I never want to think about this game right now. It's just like right now. But
so
after I'm done with Oblivion, 100%, I'm gonna get to this.
Okay.
Like a 91 tells me it's like, yeah, I gotta play it. And I was always interested in it, especially with the Paper Mario mechanics. But I'll ask you guys when we get to the actual discussion of the game itself. But yeah, dude, reviews way higher than I expected. I was thinking like 86, 87, but nope. People are really into this.
I always believed.
You always believed, though. And also, Okami had this. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 has already sold over 500,000 copies in just one day. That is very, very
deserved.
Moving into our next game. I think I wrote this. Oh, yeah. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. I'm still annoyed that it's called a remaster. But 85 on OpenCritic. Should be higher, but
it's early. How many reviews are on there?
There's 8. So,
yeah, okay. That's going to change.
You know who was first was Xbox Era. And they gave it a 9.
Out.
So, yeah, all my issues with Xbox Era are completely gone now. They give it a 9. But yeah, it's a lot. I look at the 85. It's like, yeah, that's fair enough.
What did the original Oblivion get?
94.
Oh my god, okay. It's not getting that high. But
Oblivion and Skyrim are like the highest rated. Dude, Bethesda during the PS3 era, man, they were insane.
I think this game will probably settle at around 88, 89, if I had to guess.
Hopefully, yeah. That sounds right.
I think it can get up to a 90.
I'd love that. And then moving into this game. Ruining my fantasy critic, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Sitting at an 81. My fucking counterpick. Yeah, wow. 81. My counterpick screen. I was like, oh, this is a 75. I'm only going to lose 5 points. But no, apparently fighting game freaks are like, oh yeah, this ugly looking game, it's a 9.
The talk around this game has been very interesting too, because like the whole like SNK and like Saudi crown involvement and like having Cristiano Ronaldo and was it Salvatore
Ganacci.
Yeah, having being like base level characters, and yeah,
Basically, the
very
Saudi prince going, "Hey, can you put my friends in?"
yeah, very, very intriguing. Also, too, I was at WrestleMania last week in Las Vegas, and they were the premier sponsor. Like, if you watch a clip from
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania, their logo is a giant logo in the middle of the mat. I'm like, how much money did they pay for this
Dude, that's
thing?
Saudi money, man. It's real.
Yeah, it was. So I thought for sure this was going to be like, yeah, mid 70s. So I'm surprised that it rated that high. I mean, hopefully it's still like a competent fighter at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, people are really into it as just a fighting game. Like, it is a very solid fighting game. It's just the ugliest game imaginable, so for some reason people it doesn't bother them that much. I was really hoping for a 75 on this one, I'll be honest. But yeah, no, shout outs. It looks like SNK is doing well there. I will say, I was looking at some clips of Salvatore Ganacci. His inclusion actually doesn't really bother me anymore. he's pretty
he
funny.
looks like he could fit. Yeah.
Yeah, but Ronaldo, oh god, no. But like Ganacci, like he's pretty cool. And then final one is the 100 line Last Defense Academy. This got way higher than I expected. An 87.
Wow.
This is from the Danganronpa creator. Lots of 9s and 10s. People are really, really into this one. I heard it has like 200 endings.
I heard the pitch was Danganronpa plus Fire Emblem, which I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, that seems interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm into the whole pitch and idea and premise of basically like we're gonna do the Danganronpa like visual style and like talking and like that visual novel style of dialogue and writing, but like throw in like a tactics combat system. But it is very long, so I don't have time for it. But yeah, that's everything for the reviews of the week. Very busy week for games, honestly. Let's actually get into what we've been playing. This is gonna be the meat of the show. Before we get into the new stuff, Bench, you want to talk about Indiana Jones real quick?
Yeah, just constant surprise is kind of the way I describe this game. I'll kind of say where I'm at. I just left the Vatican, so everything up to that I've completed. The side content is really good and ties into the main story. I honestly really like the gameplay, the stealth, on top of the combat. I'm a big fan of that. And just the puzzles are great. Just the music is just so... They nailed it. On top of just the environments and where you're going, it's the constant surprise with how it looks and what you're discovering in the exploration. Just everything about this game is very surprising in the best way possible. Like, if it was last year, it might have been in my top 3. I'm just in love with Indiana Jones, and unfortunately, I had to set it aside just because there's so many good games right now. But I'm really looking forward to going back to this and completing it because I'm just constantly surprised about what they were able to pull off.
Yeah,
Now, Bench, hold on. Because I actually forget. Have you seen any of the Indiana Jones movies?
I booted up the game about 10 minutes and finished the intro, and I was like, I gotta go watch the first movie, so I went and watched the first movie.
Okay, which is literally the
Lost
same intro.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. It
It was really good.
Great
the game
trilogy. We don't
nails
talk
it.
about the others.
Yeah.
I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to.
Bob?
It's a weird one.
Bob just never recommended it enough.
So real.
Yeah. I guess gushing about it at the Soggies. You must have been on mute or playing
He was
Trails
too busy
game.
thinking about metaphor that lives in his mind rent free.
Yeah, no, honestly, Bench, I would recommend you, like, after you beat the game, go back to the Soggies and like listen to us talk about when we nominated like the characters and the score and everything. Because I absolutely adored Indiana Jones. I'll be curious to see like what your final thoughts are once you get back to it. Because if you don't, once again, we will be fighting. But yeah, it's a fun ride. There's some twists and turns that I would be surprised if you see them coming. I really don't think you will. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited to hear your journey.
And I'll put this out in the air so it's on the internet. Because I've dropped a lot of games recently. By the time the Switch 2 launches, I will have completed Indiana Jones, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and the Oblivion remake. Those will be beat by the time the Switch 2 comes out.
It's like 6 weeks.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
GTA 5 is sitting in the background, like ashamed. And
Oh.
Kingdom Come Deliverance and
Uh,
all
we're-
the other games.
We're burying the lead here. Funko Fusion, hello. You need to go back to that, sir.
Real. Get his ass, man. He's got to play that on Switch 2 launch day.
If there's a Funko Fusion Switch 2 port, oh yeah, buddy.
Yeah, runs 5.
I put 5 hours into Funko Fusion, by the way.
Yeah, you need to put in another 10.
Moving into Bop, I want to hear you talk about South of Midnight and
Before he talks about South of Midnight, I wanted to play this game, and Xbox had betrayed me. I would play it on my PC. That was the goal, because I had Game Pass with my PC. It came with like the new laptop. And I ordered on Walmart, like, I want to start this today, so I ordered an Xbox controller to come and get to me today on Walmart. Paid like a little extra fee or whatever to get it to me. And the Xbox controller gets to me, and it is not functional. Brand new, in box. The Xbox controller, complete drift. Like, it just doesn't work. It's not functional. So, I guess the world didn't want me to play South of Midnight.
I think Walmart failed you on that one. But
it was new in box. Phil Spencer did this to me.
I'm still going to blame Walmart on this one.
Phil Spencer did this to me. He
Does
saw
it
the
not-
controller and broke it before it got to you.
Oh, because that's right. It doesn't recognize the DualSense, right?
No.
Does it recognize a Pro Controller?
I didn't want to use a Pro Controller.
Okay. I think you could easily get away with it. It's literally the same ergonomics minus the triggers.
If it was Steam, you could have used a Pro Controller, but not through like the Xbox app, I don't think. Because that's what I was playing it through, because of Game Pass.
Sure, yeah. I know the Xbox app has trouble recognizing other inputs, but I think the Pro Controller might be okay. I don't know.
Hey, Ben, do you have Game Pass?
With my new laptop, it came with 3 months of Ultimate, so I just redeemed that.
Nice.
Yeah.
What else you gonna play with Game Pass?
Now nothing, because that was like everything else they are making is coming to PlayStation, and I have the Pro, so it's like shout outs to them for supporting the Pro. By the way, cool move.
Yeah,
but no, that was like the only one that I wanted to play that's just not on PlayStation. But they screwed me.
That's okay. Well, it's okay because he's not going to touch Forza Horizon 5, so that's another one I don't have to worry about.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, you can't get out of the car in that game, so who cares?
True.
Unlike Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, baby. Woo!
That's crazy. You got it on the first try.
Oh, dude, I always think about that game more than any one man should. Anyway, South of Midnight, Bob, tell me about it.
Yeah, right. We're in the review section. No, I beat this last week, and I really, really enjoy. I like this game way more than I thought I would.
Nice.
I think Fusion and I were, we were talking about it a lot before launch. I remember we talked about it during the developer direct, where it was like the world, the setting, the art style, the music, the characters, it all looks really good, but the combat looks very basic. And it almost turns into like a Hellblade situation where it's like if the combat is serviceable, it will be enough to get us through and experience the story and the narrative and everything, right? And it's just kind of like a medium to get through to the rest of the story. I am happy to, and granted, I think I'm on the more positive side of this. I genuinely think this game controls great. It surprisingly has a lot of platforming, which I don't think I was expecting at first. It's a lot of simple platforming. You're never gonna like struggle with it or like have to think about it, but it does involve enough variety throughout where it's like, okay, sure, there are loops you get into, but they are trying to change it up a little bit, and the environments you are platforming through keep changing, which I think make it very interesting. And there is a lot of diversity, which I was not expecting, and really came to appreciate. And then the combat, like I know another popular opinion has been, play it on story mode because the combat sucks so bad that don't deal with it. And I think Fusion and I again are on the same page where it's like it's actually good. Like I would genuinely go out on a limb and say you do have to unlock a few abilities first before you really get going. And I definitely did not like it at the start. It definitely, the first like 5 interactions, I'm like, this feels bad. This doesn't feel great. And the enemies, like, kind of, I don't like how they time everything or telegraph. But then the nice thing is, like, there isn't a whole lot of enemy variety, so you do get used to it a little bit more. And then once you unlock more abilities, you do get in a flow. Like, I genuinely, by the end of the game, I'm, cycling through these 5 different abilities while I have 2 dodges and, close range attacks, range attacks. You do get into a flow, and I do think the combat is more than serviceable and definitely. Sorry, I'm throwing Jack under the bus. He says that this combat is worse than Hellblade. I don't know what crack he's smoking, but there's like 2 buttons in Hellblade, and they are both awful. So
No, Hellblade was cinematic, man.
Right, and like this one's still cinematic and actually has good gameplay. So I don't know where he's coming from on that. But regardless, like I think the combat is like, that was my biggest question mark, was like the gameplay and the combat, and I am happy that it exceeded my expectations, because the story and the world, like the stories that they are telling in this game genuinely like struck a chord with me and feels so real. And I feel like an era where it's harder and harder for me to really like get attached and involved in these stories and like make them have an impact on me. And I think it's just like, I sure, the part of Florida I grew up in was not the deep south technically. I was more in the like urban areas, but I do have family in the deep south. Like, I've been to the Gulf Coast, like belt, like plenty of times, and it does, like, these people feel like real people that I've met before or interacted with before, and there is a sense of, the dialogue feels so like things people would actually say, and the stories they're telling are so interesting, and they're all gray. Like, there's no black and white. It's like you can kind of see both sides, and then just kind of the overarching story is interesting to keep you going, and I just couldn't help but be impressed. So I personally gave it a 9. I think it obviously it wasn't like the best combat, and there was like some polish issues, but overall, man, I think Compulsion nailed this game, and I am so happy that they finally got a winner here, because I would love to see, and like, it's not really a spoiler, but they do kind of set up or tease like more. Whether that's a sequel or spin-off or something, I don't know, but I would love to see Hazel again and all the cast of characters for another one.
That's awesome, man. I mean, it feels like the combat has definitely been the big discussion point around this game. And, I was talking to Fusion about it, and he's very adamant about, like, well, it not so much it doesn't matter, but it's not as taxing for the combat to not be the best if the game is like 10 hours, like South of Midnight is.
Which is also true, and it's very much like Xbox 360, PS3 era of like, you clearly walk into an arena, finish the arena, walk out, and then explore kind of thing. But like, I'm fine with that. I think it works for this level of combat simplicity, I should say. Because I think it would annoy me if I just, like, these people were out in the world and I had to navigate that. It works that it's in an arena, even if it is more of an outdated gameplay style. I think it works here.
Interesting. Yeah, it's also it was that thing of like, oh, I'm actually pretty interested in this game, and you guys got mad at me. You were like, don't touch this game.
I do think, unfortunately, the gameplay and combat will not do as much for you if you're just skipping all the cutscenes, because that really is where
I don't skip cutscenes all the time.
Yeah, but I think also too, like, even if you don't play this game, worth listening to the soundtrack. The soundtrack truly is incredible, and definitely we are gonna have a hard time. Like, I think we've already kind of talked about it, but we're gonna need a separate episode this year for Soggy's music, because it's genuinely insane how much good music is coming out this year.
100% no. I just, Bob, it's the typecasting that bothers me. It's like, you guys are like, oh, Wolf can't. He doesn't look at cutscenes. He doesn't watch story. He doesn't know what that is. He just plays.
You know what, Wolf? You're right. This is a Wolf-ass game. You should absolutely play it.
Okay, I lost my interest. I'm playing Great Ace Attorney right now. I like my narrative games.
There you go.
Anyways, Blueprints also, Bob. You've been playing this one. I beat it recently, so I already talked more than enough about it. I love it. I was gonna say it's my game of the year so far. If I wasn't a bad person and put a remake over it, so but in a way, it is kind of my game of the year so far. So I'm interested to hear how you're feeling about it.
Yeah, I think I'm on like day like mid to late 30s. I want to say like 36, 37. To put it in the least spoiler way possible, because it really, like, even though it's like kind of hard to spoil this game because a lot of the stuff out of context doesn't make a lot of sense, like, still, I don't want to say anything because I do think the discoverability of this game is its strength, like, and that's kind of the whole point, right? So for me, I know exactly what I need to do to beat the game. I just need everything to line up perfectly to beat it. So I've done everything to kind of set everything up. I've solved some of the kind of like other side puzzles and mysteries and stuff. I'm still not really sure. Like, there are how do I say this? Certain things you can collect that are locked away. That there's a story there that I just have no idea what's going on, and there's a general overall arcing story that I have no idea what's going on. But
you really gotta piece it together, from soft style, which I'm into. But I know
yeah,
not everyone.
100%. I do not have the brain for that, but I do have the brain to get to the end, and
You're close, man. You can do
I'm
it.
very close. It's literally, I now understand why people are, or at least I can understand the perspective why people are upset about the RNG portion of this game, because it is frustrating to be like, I know
It's
what
my
I have
biggest
to
issue.
do. I have to just pray that it comes up, or continually manipulate the game so that it comes up. I do understand that, but at the same time, I think the fun of the chase is like the teasing of it, where it's like, oh, I'm getting no, not this one. Oh, I'm getting, so I really enjoy it. I'm not as over the moon as I would say like you and Colin are, Wolf, but I still really, really like this game, and I think it's probably top 3, definitely top 5.
I mean, the year so far. That's
Yeah, and it does feel good to like figure something out or complete something or finally be like, oh, this like clicks. And or like the discoveries, like the first time you enter a specific area and you're like, oh, I thought I was done. Uh-oh. Where does this
Yeah.
take me, kind of thing, right? So
There's so much more to every single room in the game. And the point, like, dude, I barely even touched the surface of this game when I beat it. I've been
right.
like 14 hours, and it's like Jason Schreier had 140 hours in this game.
Yeah, and I'm realizing there's so many more rooms that I can unlock that I haven't yet, and just it's very fascinating. So yeah, I and like, what a release, just out of, like, I shouldn't say out of nowhere, but like it got some hype during the Steam Next Fest
I was the
demo.
only one excited for it from all of us.
Yeah, it definitely was not very well anticipated, but like it came out, and I think this was another great word of mouth game where everyone's like, no, you got to play this.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it, or are enjoying it. You're nearing the end, so it should be finished pretty soon.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I guess now we can get into the actual new releases of the week. Start with Oblivion Remake. Me and Bench have been playing it. Bench is 7 hours. Let me check actually if my PS5 is on. I'm 17 hours. Holy shit. I thought it was at 13, but it just updated my playtime. 17 hours. I think you can tell how I think about this game. It's kind of my first time playing Oblivion. I played it a little bit in the past. I wasn't feeling it because I think the combat and dungeon exploration, a lot of parts were just kind of outdated. I wasn't feeling it. Playing it now with this new coat of paint, the improved combat and enemy, like everything just improved across the board. I am in love with this game. This is effectively what I've been wanting for a long time, and it's just another Elder Scrolls experience that isn't a fucking MMO. It's just something that isn't Skyrim. It's Oblivion. I love where this narrative is going. This idea of like an assassination of a king. That's not spoilers. It's literally in the first like 10 minutes of the game.
Spoilers.
But yeah, okay, Bob. All right, maybe get to it. It's just that whole plot line. The jaws of Oblivion. Patrick Stewart, man, God bless him. He is such a good voice actor. The look and vibe of this game is absolutely out of this world. Like, not even just from like the new Unreal Engine graphics, but just like looking at the Oblivion gates. I don't know if you've found one yet, Bench.
I'm right in front of Kvatch, so I haven't yet.
Yeah, they're stunning visually. Like just the Oblivion gates, like on the outside, and then when you actually go inside, it's phenomenal. I'm obsessed with this game. It's all I can think about. I have gotten less work done because of it, so it is effectively another Elder Scrolls experience. And I'm just happy to be ranting and raving about an Elder Scrolls game again after so long without one.
I mean, you know you're playing an Elder Scrolls game when you're 7 hours in and you easily see yourself having another 90. That's Elder Scrolls right there. And I mean, I don't think I'm the biggest fan of them immediately just letting you fast travel to every city. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
so I made like the personal.
I'm just walking.
Yeah, if my personal rule is like if I want to fast travel to a city, I have to walk there first.
Yeah.
So like what I did is I walked up to the first city that you have to meet the priest guy, and I didn't do many things along the way on that first time. Kind of like maybe one or two caves, and then I did a quest in the city that I guess is multiple outcomes. Did you do the farm quest?
The farm with the two sons?
The goblins? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I have a fun story with that. I did that quest line. How did you finish it, firstly?
I had to go break the news.
Okay, so his sons died? So that happened to me too, but he didn't give me money and I got mad, so I killed him. But when I killed him, I went to sleep and then just like, it starts the Dark Brotherhood quest line because you kill a civilian. And like I killed that guy, I went to sleep, and it's like, oh, you're sleeping soundly for a murderer. And he started the whole Dark Brotherhood quest line, so I'm about to start that. It's like,
I got like a message when I went to sleep with. That's because I turned into a vampire.
What?
I'm a vampire now.
Into a vampire.
I went into a cave. I think it was around there, and I fought vampires, and I must have like contracted the disease and didn't really realize or do anything about it. So now I'm a vampire.
Yeah, that happened to me in Skyrim. It's like, oh shit, what do I do about this?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like, unless it becomes an issue eventually with like sun damage, I'm not going to bother for a bit. Like, I didn't do much around there. I joined the Fighters and Mage Guild, but I haven't done anything with them yet. I just joined. And I have like a book quest from this lady, but I didn't go do anything. Then I went down to like the end. You know how there's like the branching passes right in front of the city that you can either go like more north or south towards Kvatch?
Yeah.
So I went down that way, and everything that like popped on the crosshairs that there was something wrong I've been doing. So for like 3 or 4 hours, I've just done different dungeons, and then I got to Skingrad, and I didn't do any quests there, and then I continued on to Kvatch and did more dungeons, and I think that was very fun. But I'm definitely in the mood for some writing and some story, because I'm definitely like I've just been killing enemies constantly for the past 4 hours. I kind of want to change things up, so I'm excited to get there. And then try and go to more quests and cities. Like, I haven't even gone into the capital yet, and I'm 7 hours in. Have you?
Oh, yeah, Cyrodiil. Yeah, that's what I did for the majority in the beginning, was just messing around with the capital and talking to everyone there.
I haven't gone to the capital at all. So
that's crazy. There's so much shit to do in the capital, to the point of, like, I'm, like, overwhelmed. It's like, dude, there's so much content in this game. It's like, I always think, it's like, this was a
And the DLC.
2006. The DLC, yeah, Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine, that just came with it. And also, they added new quests for new armor sets.
Yeah, because I got the deluxe edition as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm excited. Like, even talking about this, I might, because the NFL draft is tonight, and I 33, which we'll talk about in a second. It's not really a game I'd like multitask and watch, but I would with like a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
So I might do that tonight and get back into that. But yeah, because Oblivion has been great. Like, and a good thing is, a game's like broken that outer shell, and I have roommates who only buy 4 or 5 games a year, and 2 of them bought Oblivion and are playing through it as well. So, and everyone's having fun.
It's a mainstream franchise for sure.
Yeah. So, and I will say, like, I originally tried the difficulty above normal, but but it's so unbalanced.
Yeah, no,
Like-
Bethesda games are not good on higher difficulties. Just stick to
Like,
normal.
yeah. So, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I kind of wish, like, I had dabbled in Oblivion before, like, got, like, an hour in, and it's like, this is jank as hell and ugly, like, I don't want to play it. So, and I wish they kind of would have updated the map look. It's old, and there's a charm in that, but also, like, I don't know, I like modern open world maps and just scrolling around and seeing stuff, but that's okay.
I think my one thing is, like, the icons on the compass are a little too translucent.
Yeah, I think like the cities in Skyrim are good, but even from like I ran through what was the first one that you're supposed to go to's name? I don't remember.
Yeah, Skovengrad?
No,
Oh.
Skingrad's the one in the bottom on the way to Kavash. Well, I went to like the first city, the one with the priest, and then Skingrad, and I haven't done many quests in them. But they have such a more of a charm than the Skyrim cities had in them. It seems like.
Yeah, they
So
feel
I'm
so
re-
much more fantasy based. I mean, dude,
More,
Cyrodiil,
yeah.
Toril. You're thinking of Toril?
Yeah, like I've only been to 2 out of the 8, and there might be another city, maybe a ninth in the DLC in the Shivering Isles, but like immediately, like the cities I'm really impressed by when like people walking around and chatting it up, and the
And
facial
you can
capture
talk to
is
everyone.
really good. Yeah,
You
you
can
can talk to everyone.
They have rumors and like different pieces of dialogue. It's like shit.
Like the rumors, and like you talk to one person, and then you get like a topic conversation you can bring to someone else. Like this is a Bethesda game, and I'm happy to be back. So I'm very much enjoying it. Like being a vampire is also pretty cool. So
It was that feeling just like after my disappointment with Starfield, and it's like, no, this is why I love Bethesda games. It's like this is the style of game that does it for me.
I mean, so what's your like build? What are you going for, and what race?
I'm a Khajiit, and I'm gonna be an assassin.
I am also Khajiit.
Dude, assassins in this game are so broken because the AI sucks. So I've just
Yeah.
been like, you'll like fire an arrow, and it'll be like, what was that? Nah, must have been nothing. And it's
Yeah.
like, I shot you in the head. But okay, thank you.
I mean, I've never been a Khajiit in Skyrim because they're all ugly as all hell.
Whoa,
But they look really good in this game. So I went with a Khajiit because also like my D&D character is a Leonin, which is just like a lion race, and his name's Zim. So I made him in the game. So that's who I'm like going as. So that's been very fun. And I'm a spell sword. So like sword, shield, and some spells.
Yeah, Battle Mage is fun. Dude, Battle Mage in this game. Because you can like do like a sword and shield and use your spells at the same time, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Wait,
Wait a second, guys. You're telling me you guys didn't intentionally make an insanely ugly character like everyone
No.
I'm seeing on Twitter and Blue?
I took it seriously.
I was tempted, but it's like, it's my first playthrough, so I'll be a little serious.
Listen, I'm bored. I take it seriously. I'm playing this game for 100 hours. I want to like, because the third person mode is also really good.
It's
Like I'm not
great.
like,
It is.
I'm not like playing in third person mode all the time. Like not at all, because I play these games first person. But for someone like Fusion who staunchly hates first person, this is way more than playable for a third person RPG.
Dude, what's his problem? He plays like Call of Duty all the time. I was like, no, you can't tell me a story in first person.
Like I do think like third person looks really good.
Yeah,
Because you can also zoom it out even further, which is I think the second option is more preferable. So like it's really good.
Yeah, no, I'm loving it. It's good to be back in that universe. It is like Elder Scrolls world building is like some of the best in the business. It feels so like it feels like a bunch of nerds sat in a room for like 2 weeks just crafting this universe.
Like yeah, an example of that is I went like immediately you leave the prison and then I went to this like inn that's like right outside the capital. I think you know what I'm talking about. It's on the western side. And I immediately like ask the inn lady like what's up, and she gives me like a newspaper about the king and everything, and you get to read all of it. It's very good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I love
Mhm.
it. All right, you two can talk about Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I am very interested in this game, so I'd like to hear about it.
And Bob, how far are you in?
I want to say 4 or 5 hours in. I am in the second
You've
area.
passed me.
Okay.
You've passed me. I just got out of the hut. I think you might know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you're not that
far.
You're not that far behind me.
I'm 3 hours in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm.
Yeah.
You go first.
I've obviously this was my most anticipated game of this year. And I've just been looking forward to it. And yesterday was torture being at work because we didn't have much to do. And I literally I was like, team, we're going home early. I'm not telling you why. I mean, we're caught up on our work, but it's like I cannot sit here any longer. I need to go home and play this game. And the I knew from even the prologue, like, yeah, this game's gonna be special and it's gonna hit. I think they do an incredibly good job of immediately setting up the world, setting up the characters, and setting up the stakes, and saying, "Okay, here's your holy shit moment. Now go." And they do such a great job of doing that. But then, I mean, it just looks so good. There's so much flair. There's so much French in this. It's just it's beautiful. The sound design is so good. The soundtrack is unbelievable.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
really good.
even like, I thought there was going to be like a similar theme kind of throughout, but then the area that Bench and I are at,
Gorgeous, by the way.
yeah, is a stark contrast from how you start the game or even like the first area, and then the music is completely different and it still slaps, and it's like this is incredible. And then of course the combat, I knew like, okay, it's going to be that Paper Mario active turn based, but what I was surprised by was how deep both your character and your party becomes, because the first character is a very basic, like,
Sword
okay,
guy.
you can do this skill and it charges up this skill and then you'll do more damage. And then the second person's like, okay, now we're going to introduce
A little more
elements.
complex, yeah.
Right.
Then
And
the third person is like, okay, you can really game this.
and yeah, the third person has, stances, and so they all have synergies both with themselves and with each other. And then there's like all of these different small mechanics, both in the like Bench, I don't know, have you realized, because it took me way too long to realize, like, once you charge up a Picto, you have extra Lumina points that you can then add.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got that.
did not realize that for a while, and then I'm like, oh, why does it say I have 0 of 9? I go and I'm like, oh, I can add more of these shits? Okay. And
Yeah.
it makes for just really, creative, builds. And I love that you, like, once you're in your party, you can just swap to whoever you want. The exploration is fun. Like, Moon found a guy this morning and he's like, oh, that was a fun battle. And in the Discord channel that we're talking about it, yeah, none of us have we're like, where did you see that guy? We are all
It was
past
in the
you.
first area.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know where he is, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, how did we all miss that? Like, that's the level of exploration that this game has, that I think is truly sets it apart and really makes me think, like, okay, because so like to bring back South of Midnight for a second, if you click in on the right stick at South of Midnight, it gives you the path forward. So you're always staying on the path. Yeah, sure, you can go off to the side and find some other stuff, but you're mostly staying on the path. In this game, it obviously doesn't have that, and I instinctively was trying to hit that button, like I'm still playing it. But then, like, after like an hour, I was like, no, dude, like, I'm not even sprinting. I am walking from place to place because I just want to take this all in. And like, the last thing I'll say is, like, the writing in this game so far, I think is truly incredible. Again, going back to like South of Midnight, how this, like, the stories they're telling, how this feels real. They off the bat are like, nah, dude, we are making a real ass story. Like, it's going to be a journey, and you're going to find out a lot about yourself and these characters, and you're going to have to, like, really, like, dig down deep and discover who you truly are and what your priorities are. And it, like, gets you locked in almost immediately. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm in.
Yeah. I do wish, because I agree with pretty much everything you said. I do wish, I don't want to, like, know where the path I need to take, but I do wish areas had mini maps. Because, like, I don't like missing stuff in games. Like, if I know, just show me, like, a fogged out area that I can go and there's something there. That's fine with me. And also, like, because, like, even the prologue area had one of those mimes, and we just missed it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I looked, like, Yeah, there was one and you get like a music
Running
disc.
stuff out now, right? Huh. Well,
Interesting. I mean, because there's a
So
good chance I replay this game anyway, but yeah, I'll have to go and look for
yeah,
that stuff
the
then.
writing that's really blown me away thus far. Like the probably the biggest scene. Like Bob will know what I'm talking about, and if you played a couple hours, when you go to the first campsite, that was probably the most like great
Yeah.
writing scene so far. I'd say.
I mean,
And I
and
think like
even the sorry to cut you off, but like I mean, obviously the prologue, the main thing there,
yeah,
but then even the afterwards where he goes and sits down,
yes,
and
yes.
I was like, oh my god, okay, like we are really going there.
Yeah, were all of those things spread around past expeditions, or were they the current one? I don't think there was
I think it
that
was
many
the
people.
past. Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was the past.
So yeah, so far combat is fantastic. I really love that. The music's great. A couple small gripes that is really nitpicking. The game looks absolutely gorgeous, and I'm to the point where like at this point there's just going to be areas that just are blank polygons because every area that I've been to looks too good. And if you look at the mini map, it's absolutely massive, like the world map.
Yeah, this place is huge.
Like it's massive, like crazy. But I do think there's a small Unreal Engine 5-ness of it that like
I
there's a
was
little
just about to
flickering
bring
and
that up.
there's a couple like flickering shadows and a couple flickering textures that maybe don't make it as immersive as it could be. Because like the art style and stuff is fantastic, and the area design is fantastic. But especially in that first city, there's just a little Unreal 5-ness of it that kind of made a couple things stick out that I thought didn't look great. That kind of like ruined the immersion in that first hour. But besides that, like the area design is fantastic. Like the world setting already is great. Like we don't know anything about this continent. So it's like, and it's huge, it looks like, and on the world map. And I love world maps. So that's kind of like the main, that and mini maps are kind of like the main nitpick.
Yeah, and Wolf, to kind of give you some context there, I won't say it's to Elden Ring's level, especially obviously the verticality, but
Mhm.
it's damn close of that zoom out moment where I'm like, oh, this is a big fucking map.
And if I were to think, you're only going to go to for the main quest a handful of locations on that map. Because if you're thinking like old Final Fantasy stuff, there's dozens of locations on those old Final Fantasy maps that you're only going to for side content. And I assume because they take those inspiration from those kind of games, that a large chunk of this map you're going to have to explore for other reasons than the main quest, and that's exciting.
I think they even said that though, and one of the interviews that came out around the or the developer direct was like, "Yeah, we will be curious to see if you guys can find everything because a lot of this stuff is just buried away, and you don't have to go there, and it's all completely optional." And I just
I want to
love
go
that they're
everywhere.
doing that. Yeah, 100%.
Because there was this like pink area originally, and I got to go back there later because that
Yeah,
boss.
right. I saw the danger, and I'm like, okay, all right, fine, fair enough. I'll back off.
Well, I went and attempted the boss, and I didn't do any damage. Like the
Oh,
bar didn't
really?
move.
That's funny. Okay, because there's a skill check early on where they're like, oh, watch out, this guy's tough because he one shots you. But like, if you
Mm-hmm.
learn the parry, because dude, Wolf, that is the one thing that I think you're gonna love about this game is that
Parry
people
and
have
dodge.
Sekiro parry,
compared
right?
the parry system to Sekiro, and I'm like, all right, guys, come on. But it is
Close.
it's close. It is it
Okay.
is very impressive how precise a lot of this stuff is, and it does make me want to go. No, I'm a parry god. I am parrying everything. Like I'll take on something tougher than me because I'm gonna be better than you, and it really like it activates that FromSoft brain that doesn't for me especially doesn't activate that often, but it definitely is like, nah, we're going, I'm not dodging, I'm not rolling, I'm
Yeah.
taking you on one-on-one.
Well, that also
No,
means with every new enemy encounter, even not even just bosses, enemies you run in the field, you're gonna get hit a couple times before you even like you're gonna get hit
Right.
a handful of times. So like expect like you need to be healed up a decent amount most of the time because you're not going to get parries the first, second, or third time most of the time. Because especially like those the flying enemies, like with like the
Yeah,
guns,
they got a
that was a pretty
different
hard
tell.
tell.
Hmm.
Like that, I haven't still even been able to figure out yet. But also, like
Yeah.
I really love like the freeform gun and like the different weak points. I think that's
Yep.
really cool. Like it's taking
So
that persona like ranged weapon thing. But now instead of just like hitting gun and that's a weak point, like you actually have to like aim like a
You have to
shooter
find
aim it at. You have to find the weak point on the enemy.
and even to that extent, it's like some enemies are just weak to guns, and if you try and do a normal attack, they're gonna most likely dodge it, and then
Yeah.
vice versa, and all
Well,
that
then-
variety.
One person has elemental stuff, so it
Right.
might be a different element that you want to equip. Like I haven't found like a other element than fire for this one person, but I imagine like if you change a different weapon for that person, their gun element's going to change, and that'll mix stuff up.
So the one thing I oh man, I just lost my train of thought where I was going with that. The
About
combat, yeah, it was something to do with about the combat. Oh
The
no.
parrying, dodging, the.
Well, there's
enemy
also like a
variety.
different type of dodge that I was just introduced to.
Yes, which is also interesting.
like that'll be interesting. Like you have parry, dodge, and then now there's a jump.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be interesting.
It really does scratch a specific itch that I really did not think this game would be capable of.
That's so interesting because I was always interested in this game, but you guys are really hyping it up. And everyone I've been everyone I've been listening to talk about this game has gotten me really interested. It's just rough timing,
Oblivion, man.
Yeah, it's a rough timing, but I want to get to this 100%. Mark my words, I will play this game by the end of the year. I don't know.
I will say, Bob, I've got to play a little bit of Oblivion tonight. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I mean, and I know it's way too early, but like, yeah, I mean, this game just has the juice. It just straight up does, and I'm really excited to. I haven't honestly. I have not felt this way about a game since Rebirth, where I'm just like, because Rebirth I pretty much marathoned like 100 hours over like 2 weeks, and like I am definitely hitting that territory with this game.
I said you hated that game.
No, I didn't.
He doesn't like it enough.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think anyone will like it more than you, Mitch. I respect it.
True. But yeah, I mean, I already just love the shit out of this game. So, I definitely cannot wait to just keep playing it.
You did remind me, Bob, when the Oblivion, when it just dropped, the excitement was getting to all of us, especially me and Benj, to the point where I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta delete something off my hard drive to make space. Buy Rebirth, and Benj was like, yeah, do that, delete Rebirth, and you were sitting there like, wait, Benj,
yeah, that was insane.
I was like, I'm get to it, okay, I promise.
Yeah, he is all over the place.
I will. It's Oblivion.
I will say, like, PS5 Pro is starting to make its little run.
That's what I was actually gonna say. So on PC, because I'm playing on PC, the graphic situation is very interesting because okay, Bench, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys don't have HDR either, right?
No,
I have HDR.
No. Like the game. The game does not have HDR.
Oh.
No, I don't even think Oblivion has it either, which is weird.
Wait, no, it has HDR, doesn't it?
I don't think it did.
Well, my TV has
be wrong.
built-in HDR, so maybe that's
and that's what confused me is my TV is like, oh, I'm turning on the HDR mode, and I'm like, I don't think there's HDR in this game. But what's also interesting is that, and honestly, this is the thing that bothered me. They have like your contrast, gamma, brightness settings, but there's no there's no white and black icon slider, so you just have to guess. And I'm like, well, this is stupid. And so I sat there for like 30 minutes, like testing things. And just for the record, like for PC nerds, I have a 4070 and I'm running it at 1440p, everything on high on, I think, quality DLSS, and I'm getting about 60 frames. So I couldn't be happier. But to Bench's point, and he was saying earlier, yeah, there is a little bit of flickering glitchiness, however you want to call it, just barely. And I notice it more in the cutscenes, which is weird. Like
some of the cutscenes seemed like lower resolution.
Yeah, and they're definitely running at 30. The cutscenes I know for a fact are running at 30, and it's weird that the cutscenes, because for the longest time the cutscenes have always looked better than the game itself. I mean, look at Monster Hunter World or Monster Hunter Wilds, but but it's interesting. The cutscenes in this game actually, I think, look worse than the game, and it's already been a very known issue. The desync on the English VO is pretty apparent too. So yeah, I definitely agree. It's not perfect
You can
graphically.
tell it's still made by 30 people, even if that's still damn impressive.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that like take a lot more people, like the hair physics. There's not really hair physics like you would see in other games that have become more apparent in recent games. There's clothing physics aren't like super like flappy and stuff. Like you have all these characters have coats and stuff on, but they're not like flapping like you kind of would expect them to. It's still like a double A game, which is fine. It's still very impressive for the team. But there's those kind of higher end stuff that just take that much more money and people that you got to cut those for this kind of team.
But at the same time, the attention to detail on certain things, because the thing that blew me away was the first time, because I bought the so shout out Game Pass. I was going to mention this with Oblivion too. For $10, you can upgrade to the deluxe edition for both Oblivion and Expedition.
I got both of them.
Yeah. And on the Expedition one, you get like new outfits, and one of them is this rose something,
Hair, yeah.
and you're in all white. And at first I'm like, all right, well, this is a little ridiculous. And then I was like, that looks cool, whatever. And you get into a battle and you just turn into this mud and blood. You look disgusting. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. You're in this world, you're battling. Like, yeah, okay, you shouldn't look, you shouldn't look perfect. But then, Wolf, the best part is you go to a rest stop and you clean up. You look brand new again. I'm like, oh, that attention to detail is so good. It's like, yeah, of course, you rested up and you cleaned yourself off, and now you're ready to like go into battle again. So I really love that. Also, too, I just remembered what I was going to talk about with combat. The thing I also love about this game is how they're going about the item system. You are not hoarding 40 to 80 potions that you can just use on a whim that you never use because you want to save them for a last second. At least at the start, you have one like 30% potion, you have one all heal potion, you have one like pass AP to someone else, and then it's very much a FromSoft thing where you can collect more throughout the world, and then when you rest, you respawn those and you respawn the enemies, which
you
makes
only have all heal out of battle.
Also true, yes, and I think that makes. I really like that because it tells you like, yes, use them. Do not stockpile these and just save them for a rainy day because I'm always so bad at
That's me, man.
Yeah, and I really love the FromSoft approach of like, no, just you get one, you might as well just use it.
Yeah, I will say like PS5 Pro, it's on a run. I have Indy, Oblivion, Expedition 33, and then coming soon, I mean, Doom will be supported. Yeah, apparently that's a really good pro mode. And then you have Death Stranding and Ghost, which I'm sure both of those are going to take full advantage of everything it has to offer. So I mean, it took a little bit to hit its stride, but it's worth the purchase for me for sure now.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, you guys are really selling me. The problem is, I was like, oh, I might check this out after I finish Oblivion. And then you just said Doom in 3 weeks. So it's like.
Doom will be like 10 hours.
No, it won't.
Or, I mean, honestly, like, because this is a turn-based game, like, you could kind of
play Doom and...
You could back and forth this.
No.
Okay, and even if you don't, like,
Doom's
I mean,
like,
what's after,
I'm all
what's after Doom, though? Oh, I guess the Switch.
Night Rain.
Or Night Rain. Okay.
Night Rain, Lost Soul aside.
At some point, I think you should find time for this.
I will find time.
I think you really would like the exploration and the combat of this game.
The combat's the thing that's really interesting to me. I went to the story setup. Like, why is that painter such a bitch, man? What's her deal? So, like, I want to know what's the problem. Like, legit, what's her problem? Just imagine some guy's like, nah, fuck it. All 33-year-olds die. It's like, what the hell?
I will say, speaking of the paintress, I really wanted to get the collector's edition of this game.
Dude, it looks sick.
And, like, now that I'm playing it and it's actually living up to the hype, I'm like, God, I just pray they somehow find a way to like do like another round of orders because Like they're like selling for $500 right now on
Fuck that,
eBay,
no.
and I'm just like,
That's the problem, man. People didn't know it was gonna be Game of the Year quality until it came out.
I think they were just like, I mean, like we said, it's a dev of 30 people. The fact that they were able to make a collector's edition and even like an edition with
breaking news.
The Steelbook is also so good.
Yeah, I think I know what breaking news. It's the Bethesda tweet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we are so grateful to the over 4 million of you that have already ventured into Cyrodiil with Oblivion Remastered.
Damn.
Doing very well.
Yeah.
Now granted, they're doing the Xbox bullshit of 4 million players, but like that's still
doing well.
It's doing very, very well. Yeah, and I feel like a majority of that is Steam.
What was the numbers you were saying, Bench? Didn't you say 10 million in the first week?
Not first week, no, but like in the coming months, I think it's gonna hit pretty high.
Original Oblivion sold 10 million, so I think just a little less than that, probably.
I don't know. Skyrim sold so much.
I think I said 5, so I might be screwed here. Might have undersold it.
Yeah, it's not even the weekend yet.
I think the weekend is really going to be where a lot of these sales come in. All right, boys. I think that's it. I think we got a good podcast talking a lot about, God forbid, video games. It's very surprising, but I'm excited about what is going to be coming out very soon. A lot of good shit, guys. I mean, we're kind of in the what might be one of the best years in gaming right now.
We're hitting a stride for sure.
Yeah, so very excited to see. And dude, we don't even know what the second half of the year is. I actually forgot to bring this up when Ghost of Yotei release date. It's October 2nd. It kind of tells me Sony knows when GTA 6 is coming out. They know it's late October.
Yeah,
or at least at the very least. No, yeah, let's calm down, Bob. All right, maybe have a little bit more faith.
Oh, wait a second. Isn't like next week the penultimate week?
No, it's May 15th.
Okay.
We know that literally my birthday. So that's when we get the Take-Two financial report. We'll know soon enough, and Bob will be wrong. Can't wait. All right, boys. Well, thank you all so much for watching. You can find us on all your favorite podcast platforms and YouTube. Like the podcast on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at Blue Sky at A Slice of Gaming. But with that, I think we're about to head out. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
I love you, Noko.